Hello, Josh here with the Adventure Bound project, and it's time for a long overdue update. Excuse all the mess, but here we go on the update tour. So we have the pull-out kitchen hatch cut out and framed. We just need to do a little bit of finishing work for that. This will be one of the windows, but that's just a rough cut. Once we buy the window, we'll cut to fit, and then we'll go down to the side. Some nice tires on the beast. Long overdue update for you guys, but here we go. So last time we chatted and we did a video there, we just installed the floor. It was a lot of surround work and we were getting ready for that fiberglass. As you can see, still haven't done the fiberglass yet, but I held off on it so I could make everything nice and flush and flat, and then I decided to do all my cutouts before I did my fiberglass. And then on the interior we have a drawer, another drawer, those will sit under the bed, and a third one to be built here. Those will pull out on sliders into this main walkway area. Back to the side of the camper, and we did the cutout for the water fill-up point, which I'm excited to show you our water system. Awesome. So we have our 21-gallon water tank, and then all our hookups except our drain pipe. So we've got a drain pipe from here that will just drain on the outside because it'll be fresh water. We have two shutoffs, and then a SureFlow pump, not SureFlow, it is FlowJet. I went with the FlowJet. FlowJet pump, an accumulator, and then that will then pump out into the system. We had a shut off for everything else. So if you follow this blue pipe, that goes into the floor, and then remember across into this wall, and then there's a junction. There's a sink in the galley over here, and then there'll be a shower just through that wall on the opposite side over there. If we go back to that water system again, I did put a filter, if you can see it, just in there. So as the water gets pulled from here, it gets filtered into the pump. That was just to protect the pump a little bit. And then the accumulator allows the water to stay under pressure. And then it gets fed all the way into the two systems at the back. We also have our fuse panel mostly fused up here. We'll do a separate video for all of that. But those all link in various directions, up, over, around. This mess of wires over on the right hand side here will be a switch panel. The switch panel is going to look something like this. Just Amazon's here. I'll pop everything in the notes at the bottom for where you can buy all these. I don't like these switches. I mean, I love the look of them, and I've bought new ones that are actually latching, so don't make the mistake that I did and buy non-latching momentary switches. I have 8 of them if anybody needs any, but yeah, these do work. They're a 12-volt switch, but they obviously, I'd have to keep hold of it to keep a light on. So I bought some new ones with lights on, and they do latch. I got this one because it has a fast and a normal speed charging port, but also it shows the volts that run through it. So that'll give me an indicator of how my battery's doing, just as a nice little quick indicator. We will have, the plan is a Victron battery monitor, which will sit up on this wall somewhere so we can see it all of the time. Yeah, so this switch panel, once I've cut it out, will sit up here. We'll build it out from the wall so I can access it at all times. And then, yeah, I can access these if I need to. So that's where a switch panel will be. There'll also be exterior lights, you know, run through here all the way to the back on both sides. Exterior light in here and one above the door, and that'll allow us some nice light on the outside. I've sealed in this wall, but it's not fixed fully. I still have to wire in the bedside lights that are going to go here. I'm going to get ones with some plug-in chargers for our phones. Down in that corner is the electrical input. So we just got a NOCO input port, and then I'm going to run that through a charger, inverter, and then we're going to run all the battery banks into that little section here. And then that pull-out kitchen that you saw earlier will pop into this section here, pull out of the side of the camper, and then we can cook over there. And then we've got prep in the galley. So yeah, we've done quite a bit since we last chatted. And we're just going to take you around to the galley to show you everything out there. And then, yeah, it's coming along, doing well. Just going to step down here into the galley. So not much has changed back here, except we do have our countertop. That's this beautiful piece of cypress right here. You will see on the side of it. And we'll finish that piece. I will have to cut this at a certain point just to be able to get it in here. But that's kind of cool because then I can access the sink quite readily. The sink's going to go on this side in this gap. I will keep this available from the inside of the camper as an access hatch. One for storage, we can just pop a few things in here, but also this is quite a heavy piece of wood in consideration to, you know, just like a little door on the other side. There's going to be a diesel heater in here, so I want to be able to access that just in case I need to do maintenance, but I also want to be able to access all of the valves from the other side too, just in case of a leak. And yeah, so I'm going to build that access panel, which is why that's still open. But I will have to cut this section out just so I can get that countertop in. Again, that's okay with me. There might be a cut line, but that's more than fine. Yeah. We will have another one of those switches that's LED light ups. We'll pop that in here. There'll be another switch panel. And then this one is the 12-volt puck lights, which will actually house up in here. And then those will give us light for when we're preparing or making coffee or whatever. We have all of this storage up top and into the corner, storing tools at the moment, and I'll put some cabinetry doors on those and probably some hooks and whatnot just to keep everything in. We could build shelves, we can do whatever we want in there. I just haven't really decided. My focus hasn't been on the galley, it's been on the interior. And then around this side, if you do remember, we do have that camp shower. The door's built. It's wedged in there at the moment, but there's not really much to see. It's just a bunch of wires coming down that fed into the galley, and then just the intake for the cold water when we do buy that water heater shower unit. Yeah, tight spot still. It'd be lovely to get a bigger shop, but it's not ready for water. It's not watertight yet. Yeah, let's head on out here. And this is the pull-out kitchen. We've done quite a lot of work on this. I'm just gonna pull out the side here. So it pulls out. In that gap there will be a cooker, a cooktop, which will run on propane. These are just coffee top lids that pop up for a good workspace. Same on this side. And that will be the finished look. That will all pull out on one big drawer slide out on the side of the camper. So you've had a nice little update from the camper. It's been a work in progress. Last year was extremely busy, especially where we live. We had a hectic fire season for the fires, and then work got really busy. So I haven't really had a chance to play around with it, but it has sparked again back in this winter, and it's been good. It's been good to get back at it, and I've got a really decent plan to be able to try and get this ready for spring. So expect some more updates, and then yeah, we can get this thing waterproofed on the road and we can get camping in it. I love this thing. It's really cool. It's really fun for me to build. And it's, yeah, it's good. I really like it. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, we hope that you're